on here. Today is going to be our first ever live stream. Little nervous, but I got some friends here to help me out. First off, I got Satsuki. Give yourself a little intro. You know what to do.
Yo, man, Satsuki the Savage here. Valentine's Day.
Oh,
Um,
that's on me. First off, I got Satsuki.
whoa.
That's on me.
All right. Let me start over.
Yes.
Satsuki the Savage here. Valentine's Day. Shit, for all my single people out there, it's all right. You got your money, you got your wallet, you got your funds. It's all good. That's about it though.
All right. Also, we have Tom. Give yourself a little intro.
Hey people, how's it going? This is 100% Tom, and I'm a YouTuber. I cover manhwa series, solo leveling so far, but yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me, Valen.
Not a problem. And last but not least, the incomparable Sage.
Oh, hey, it's Sage, Seasone Sage, and I'm also a YouTuber, and it's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
No, I'm just glad that there's people here to talk to. Otherwise, this might get weird. All right.
I don't know, man. I've done a few solo streams. You'd be surprised. They go all right.
All right. Well, I'm not ready for that yet. But what I am ready to do is to talk about some Wano. See what I did there?
Okay.
All right. First and foremost, I just want everybody's thoughts on the overall Wano. Nothing specific, no details, just you don't even have to 9 out of 10 it. Just a quick blurb about how you feel. And we'll start with Satsuki the Savage.
Wano is a mixed bag so far, but I think a lot of people aren't liking it right now. That doesn't include me because I think it's all right, but it's been a lot of setup, and I think because of the characters like Kaido and Big Mom, who are supposed to be really prominent in this art, there are a lot of people getting impatient with how things are going. But I think because this happens with a lot of One Piece arcs, I think later on Wano is going to get really great. And Oda has already stated that this is going to make Wano is going to make Marineford look like I don't know exactly what word he used, but he said Wano was going to be much better than Marineford in terms of fighting, I guess. So I think Wano is all right. It's just been set up a lot, but yeah, people just don't want to wait.
All right. I could definitely see the impatience bubbling in a lot of people. You guys have anything to add? Do you agree, disagree?
I'll add something to it. I feel like the setup been great for me personally. I enjoy I enjoy the moments with Zoro finding his way through Wano with I forgot the guy's name, but he does an odd character, and they're all laughing together along with each other through this crisis because there really is going through a crisis in Wano, and I feel like that some at some point Zoro is gonna step up to be, their savior. You know what I mean? He's gonna liberate them. And
Oh, you think
that's
Zoro's gonna be the one?
I think Zoro's gonna be the one to liberate the ones that from
Ibisu?
Isabisu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Isabisu. And I feel like each every one of the Straw Hats are gonna have their own little parts to play in a role, to liberate one country. So
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to it. And I'm enjoying it.
All right. I like that. I like that. Zoro, savior of Ibisu Town. All right. What about you, Sage?
I mean, for me, Wano's been pretty interesting so far. I've enjoyed the fact that it's been set up. I've enjoyed the fact that we've got to see lots of different parts of Wano already. Like, it's not been focused like just on one area while they're planning. We've got to see snippets of like the Shogun's actual like castle like area. We've got to see snippets of like the beaches and kind of more countryside parts of Wano. We've got to see like the little towns and the larger towns, and like I'm really enjoying that. I'm really enjoying the fact that we're getting introduced to all of these interesting characters like Koshiro and Komurasaki, especially. Like, I feel like there are lots of interesting places where Oda can take Wano at the moment as well. So like for me, I'm enjoying my little self.
All right. And Soul just jumped in. Why don't you give yourself a nice little hello and tell us what you think about Wano? No, okay, he's not there yet. Well, I can tell you how I feel about Wano until he shows up. I really, really like Wano. And first of all, shout out to the chat. Got Musashi, Grim, Hart in there. Thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate that.
What up, Grim?
Oh, there he is. You finally back? You here, Soul? All right. Why don't you introduce yourself and say a little bit about overall Wano? Nothing specific yet, just an overall quick blurb.
Okay. I mean, overall, I mean, it was Wano. Like, it's fun. What can I say? It started off funny, and then Luffy got one shot. It was dope.
Yeah, to be fair.
You know what? That is one of the most succinct summaries I've heard. It started off weird, then he got one shot and shit got dope. It was that's Wano. Like, you know what?
I mean, well, here's the thing. Like, Wano hasn't necessarily done anything way past like my expectations, but it's just been like One Piece to me, and One Piece is just One Piece. I just enjoy One Piece.
My thing, and I said this in my first ever Wano stream, so I'm getting receipts ready, so everybody can just start handing me my W's. But that this was going to be different. It's going to be, I said like a movie, but since it's already been kind of set up like Kabuki, which a lot of old Kabukis have been turned into movies and so on, so I'm taking that. But the structure and the way they do things by introducing, I knew they were going to introduce a fight really early. I assumed the big fight was going to be the Zoro and Luffy versus what's his nuts with the straw.
What's his nuts?
Right. Also, it's what's her nuts if it's a lady. Okay, equal opportunity nuts. All right.
Okay.
I think it's Hawkins.
Yeah, Hawkins. Thank you very much. And I thought that was going to be the big thing, and it turned out that it's not. That was just the precursor to the fucking legacy. Because then fucking, he shows up and one shots Luffy and shit gets dope. Like, there's no better way to put that. So, thank you on Soul for that one.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, now this is something I've wanted to touch on about Wano, and I don't think anybody they did in the beginning because it was super evident, but they haven't really mentioned it since then, and that's the cultural symbolism inside Wano. Like in the first video about Wano, I mentioned that this is a love letter. This is an homage to the country that he loves so much. This is his way of showing that I do all these other things, but I'm still this is where my heart is. My heart is in the old samurai movies I grew up with, the old, manga that I used to read that inspired me to even do One Piece. And I think the symbolism he used, like the old ukiyo-e art, a lot of the old, like, yokai things with a lady with the long neck is how I took that one. But, I wanted to talk about some of those. Does anybody have any that stick out in their mind as dope?
I mean, obviously we had the Tengu at the start. That was really cool, like especially with like the mask and everything. Right. Like I was looking back at it and like he has full-blown wings and like is he even coming back? Like
he's already been back. He was wasn't he with like Usopp and them? Not like with them, but in the same general area when they were in the Straw Hat Town, for lack of a better term.
I mean, they might be in the general area, but I got the vibe that he doesn't hang around that village.
All right. That's what's up. Anybody else? Particular thing that they liked?
It was samurais. I mean, like, we didn't really see him do much yet, but like, just samurais, dude. I can't wait to see him do samurai stuff.
I know. Kirishio's about to do some serious samurai shit. He got the stance. He pulled it out. He was like, "Let's do this," and I was like.
Also, and more the essence of like this is like for the first time. Well, not the first time, but like One Piece is gonna get like super anime, and I mean like, oh, at least I hope it does. I'm talking about like land behind somebody and then like sheath the sword and then shing. And I want that. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I think Zoro is going to get some really, really great fights, and they just need to happen. I think they all are because this is supposed to exceed expectation, but. All right, Sasuke the Savage. What about you?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know shit about Japanese folklore or anything like that, but you have the whole Onigashima Island, and I know the Onis are supposed to be like demons in Japanese folklore, so and it's kind of hinted that Kaido might be a demon, but he has a dragon devil fruit because he has the whole club. He looks a lot like a Oni, so that's one thing that I kind of noticed.
Yeah, I know. That's one of the ones Roger's been pushing out since the beginning, and he technically hasn't been proven wrong. So I'm gonna let that keep going.
I wanted. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, you mentioned Oni Island, isn't in the myth of Momotaro, which is like the Peach Boy, where he picks up the pheasant and the monkey and another animal, like a dog, is it?
Yeah,
it's something like that. Doesn't he go to the island of Onis in that legend as well to defeat the Oni? Yeah. So like there are lots of nods to like traditional Japanese like folklore in it.
yeah. Visually, I think some of my favorite is the ukiyo-e waterfall and whirlpools that they did. The Uzumaki, it's like almost a straight rip of the waves and Uzumaki ukiyo-e art. And it was when I first saw it, I was just like, I was taken aback. I think I even did a live reaction. I was just like, this is like top tier anime, no matter animation, drawing, art, what the fuck have you, that I've ever seen in a fucking manga. This was fucking beautiful. You know what I mean? Especially the one with all the whirlpools, the one that was based off Uzumaki. That was hands down my favorite.
What chapter was that? Do you remember?
The 9 something.
I can visually picture it, but I know what you're talking about. I just
let me jump over to John Minis real quick. I had them all loaded up, but life happens. You ever know that? Life happens.
Life does happen.
Yeah. At the end of all of my videos, I say the same thing, and you'll hear it at the end of this one. Life happens in every direction. So.
Yeah, I can feel that one.
Yeah. All right, where are we here?
Ooh, hold on, let's see what we got here.
Yeah, it was chapter 9-10. I want to say, right? You gotta keep.
Oh, when Luffy, okay.
Yeah, when they're just going in and stuff, and you can see all the different things. There's like and they have the waves of Mount Fuji or Fujiyama. Sorry.
Yeah.
The waterfall. I can't believe anybody, like, people didn't really talk about this, but the carps going up the waterfall was such symbolism because that's how they become dragons. Like in the ancient fairy tale, there's the carp that goes up the waterfall and eventually becomes a dragon. You know what I mean? So I always thought that was beautiful symbolism because I think everybody knew Kaido was going to be some kind of dragon, whether he was a dragon that ate some kind of human food or something like that, or.
Yeah, pretty much. Kaido was destined to be a dragon. It's the other ones I'm worried about.
Yeah, like Kaido, like all of Wano has been kind of predispositioned towards this Japanese feel, and the whole going up the waterfall, seeing the bonsai trees, just the whole style of the animation. It kind of was the gateway to listen. This shit's going to be different. You know what I mean? In a very visualized way, and I fucking loved it.
Well, it was not on the topic of Wano, but I feel like at least to a fair extent, like every new location we go to has its own visual spectacle to it.
Yeah, you're not wrong, and that's what I'm saying. Like there was the very kind of Spanishy introduction of the one chick with the eye power. And they kind of
Viola.
Yeah, they kind of set the pace for
Dressrosa.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And it kind of was like, all right, bang, dang, 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 dang. All right, I got you. So yeah, I really like that. And Oda's really good at doing that. Like he had the same kind of desert, like sandy feel for fucking Alabasta and everything. He's really good at it. But I think he just
was like hella trippy too.
Yeah, exactly. But with this one, he really outdid himself because he put that passion and love he has for because Japanese people are very patriotic people. You know what I mean? Like, so they grow up and it's I don't know. It's like one of our mangaka, one of our comic book artists putting in, stuff with the Lone Ranger and just like Americana shit, and that happens all the time. And I'm really happy to see it in an anime or manga that's represented so well. But yeah, did anybody else notice any of the like yokai that they've had kind of sprawled about in the little random
I think, wasn't there one in the most recent chapter? The giant catfish that one of the ninjas on could be those catfish that are legendary to make earthquakes and things. So I'd be really interested to see whether like he does something to do with that, like, because like when I clocked that, I was like, oh, that reminds me.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I was like, oh, wait a damn minute. But also, the chick with the long neck is a really famous ukiyo-e yokai.
Oh, the snake lady.
The snake lady, yeah.
Yeah.
I know everyone is like, oh, just a long neck, or maybe she has the snake fruit or some shit like that. But I'm like, I think it's just an homage to that particular set of art.
It'd be really interesting if she is a fighting character, though. Like, she does have some form of snake fruit, and she is a fighting character. I'd love to see more strong women, and I know I'm not gonna see them, but I would love to see them. And I just headcanon them wherever I can, because if they're not proven weak, then I can do it. Like, you know what I mean? I've got to fill in the gap somewhere, and she's one of my gap fillers.
I mean, shit. Let's be real. Otama's stronger than everybody else in that room.
I mean,
like she was just like, this dude's ridiculous. Well, everybody else was too afraid to do shit. Like. And then, Komurasaki came in and gave him the pimp slap, which I thought, like, she had to have learned that through osmosis, because, that's how hoes learn the pimp slap.
I mean, the Komurasaki recent slap is, like, really intriguing to me. Like, I want to know what the repercussions are going to be. I want to know whether this is meant to signify that she's actually some form of, like maybe not strong, but at least deeply strong-willed person.
See,
like, no, most certainly, I get that.
I took it as a Keiko slap. Like, yeah, Yusuke can get punched by Toguro and just kind of like fly off and be okay. But when he gets slapped by Keiko, his face gets all red and swollen and shit like that. Like, that's one of the tropes I actually do like, is that women that can hurt the main characters. You know what I mean? That aren't necessarily like combat oriented, but can still like
Nami does time and time again.
Yeah, exactly. Nami is a great example of that. I thought there was going to be more with Robin, because like I thought she would just like make them shut up more. You know what I mean?
It was like 12 dudes. So if you want to be real, no, my bad. No, it was like 12 dudes. It was a lot of guys. That was a lot of people. It was like a lot of angles.
Yeah, my headcanon for that was so fucking beautiful. Like, it was basically they like 2 or 3 of them jump her, and like they get her, and she turns to the flower petals, and the flower petals turn into arms and yoke a bunch of them up. And like in her doing that, she like takes out a couple of them, and then is able to get a little farther away unnoticed while they're dealing with this kind of fuckery, because they weren't ready for that. When she turned in, they were like, whoa, what the fuck? This is that demon magic. Which that's another thing we're going to talk about. I'm going to save that for later, though. Wano's ignorance.
Yeah, I have to agree that I was really hoping that Robin was going to do something more offensive to the ninjas. Like, even if she only took out 1 or 2 of them, like, I want her to shine as much as she did when she was in Alabaster and some of the earlier arcs.
She was bodying hell everybody.
Yeah, oh my god, dude.
Remember her taking down Pell, just straight up taking Pell down. And Pell's meant to be like up there because like he's like, we most recently saw him back in Reverie, didn't we?
And a nuclear explosion didn't even kill him.
If I could be honest, speaking on Robin for a second, I have no idea how Toshigi was just comfortable with helping Robin and Punk after what Robin did. So,
oh yeah, she embarrassed her. That was pretty bad.
I don't know. Do you mean like in Alabaster where Robin takes down like all of the Marines and they're like,
yeah, she broke Toshigi's leg
and she like breaks her leg and then is like, right, well, see ya. I've got a thing to do. Like, I don't know, because I feel like Toshigi gets a lot from that. Like, as much as Punk Hazard was very odd in the fact that Smoker and Toshigi became our allies very kind of quickly off the bat, like, I feel like they dealt with the Straw Hats before and they knew their intentions a bit better by that point.
Mm-hmm. And having everything flip-flopped around didn't hurt.
But between like Robin and Toshigi, personally, they gotta be some type of animosity. I don't know. That's the type of, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm just. Woo! That was embarrassing. That was brutal.
Yeah, she just snapped her leg up. I was like, slipped it. That wasn't the fairest. All right. Next, I want to go on to everybody's favorite part of Wano so far.
Oh,
let's start with Sasuke because he was first to show
up. Easily Luffy getting one shot. That was the best. That was the best. That was the best part of Wano, man. Because a lot of people were mad that Luffy was knocking around Kaido, and to this day, I'm like, he didn't really hurt Kaido whatsoever. He just was knocking him around. You could push someone all day, but that doesn't mean that you're actually hurting them. But then Kaido just decides, all right, he gave that sigh. He was like, all right, enough of this shit. And then, boom. What was it, Divine Thunder or something like that? And
yeah, you're right. Thunder Holy Clap or some shit. Like,
and then he just ended it. That was beautiful.
Oh, he sighed. Oh my God. He was disappointed. He was like, oh well. He was like, I'll just finish the fight now, I guess. I don't know.
Well, that's what it was, though. Like, that is I feel like that's entirely what it was. He knew who Straw Hat was. He knew who Luffy was. He showed up because Luffy was there. Because he thought, fuck, this dude, he talked shit to Whitebeard. He fought off admirals. He went straight up into Marineford without a fucks to give. Maybe this is that dude. Maybe this is that dude.
If you go off reputation alone, I mean, because even before he went to Wano, he was in the news for going to Whole Cake. So
yeah,
kind of want to go off reputation alone. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't.
Let alone, Big Mom already talked to him, and he knows Big Mom. If she's going to be angry, there's going to be a reason. You know what I mean? She's not just going to be angry because somebody did some shit. She wasn't that bad about Kid. You know what I mean? We don't hear about her going after Kid. He's not the focus of the story, but he did the same thing, and according to Kid. So, yeah.
I mean, Luffy blew up her house, though.
Luffy did blow up her. Well, technically, Luffy saved her life.
In some cosmic sense, but...
Yeah, in a very cosmic sense. By knocking that off, like, if he didn't do that, she would have opened that box and got it right to the face, and she would have died. There's a lot of... Like, how big that explosion was, that was the biggest explosion in One Piece so far, I would dare to say. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be that person and say that I believe in Big Mom.
I think Big Mom.
I believe in Big Mom tanking that explosion.
Yeah, she would have walked out that unscratched.
If Pale survived the nuke, Big Mom.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
No,
it would have at least the outcome would have been different. Okay, sorry, she would have been fine. I'll give you that. But there's a lot of other people in her family that would not have been.
Oh hell yeah!
I think we can at least. I'll talk that back.
I'm just gonna say because like Linlin she's a big woman. And
yeah, she's an iron balloon.
Nami put her in a giant hole in the ground. As big as she is, Nami put her in a giant hole in the ground. She was just fine. So.
She walked out the ground.
Like, all right, is you finished? Done. And that was actually one of my favorite moments when she popped out the hole. Like, is you finished or is you done? Like,
yeah.
What? Everybody thought Nami did something. Hell, even Nami.
No one should have thought Nami. I'm a huge Nami fanboy. No one in their right mind should have really thought, well, maybe that was it. You know,
did Nami just one shot Mom? Like, no, she fucking did not.
That's just intolerable.
It is. Yeah. That. All right. What about Sage? What about you? What's your favorite moment of Wano so far?
I mean, I'm going to pick a different one. It's not necessarily my favorite because, to be fair, the one shot was glorious.
Yeah, can't. Whoever went first was probably going to take that, and I knew it.
Yeah, but like things that I've also really enjoyed, I would say Probably finding out Orochi's form, like finding out that he's like this giant six-headed snake Orochi, and that is what he is, and that he's probably going to be like some kind of threat regardless. Like he's this real, like finding out that he was like this goofy, like made fun of behind his back Shogun was like really interesting as well. And like I'm really enjoying the development of the Shogun because I feel like dethroning him is going to be not that difficult. I think a lot of people have lost faith in the Shogun in his inner circle. So like I feel like it's really only the backing of Kaido that's allowing him to stay Shogun.
Do you think they're gonna feel dumb when they find out that Orochi was right and they really are coming back to get him?
Oh but yeah, obviously
Everybody should. That's
Because that's the reason why they hate him, because they think he's superstitious, but he's actually right. So how do you think they're gonna feel?
I'm waiting for Brook to show up in ghost form and just scare everybody into believing some shit. Like that's what I'm waiting for. That's like his whole job.
In ghost form, him just showing up is gonna be enough. Like they'll have never seen anything like Brook. Like the New World doesn't take Brook that well. Like most times we do get a little bit of like reaction to Brook as it is. But in a place as secluded as Wano, where there isn't even like the concept of devil fruits to explain it away easily for people, like like them just seeing Brook is gonna be a problem.
Yeah,
they're
like
gonna flip.
I couldn't imagine like that because he could be, as far as he's concerned, they could be any. Oh, there's somebody else in here. What's up? Okay, I'm gonna call you something other than big. You gotta tell me what that's gonna be, though.
It's me, Mo, from the Discord, folks.
Oh, all right. I don't know everybody's stuff yet, but I wasn't fitting to call somebody big. It just didn't seem right to me. All right. What up, Mo? Welcome to my life. Thanks for showing up. So what about you? You got a favorite Wano part other than being one shot and everything? You're loving the Wano arc. I appreciate that.
Let's skip over me.
Is Tom still here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yo, Val, don't skip over me now.
I'm not. It's actually Tom's turn, then you. So Tom, your favorite part in Wano?
I would say Komurasaki. I like Komurasaki a lot.
The host lab heard around the world.
Wait, you just mean Komurasaki in general, like?
I mean, I like her hustle. I like the way she finesse people.
Yeah.
All right, respect that. That's good.
Yeah.
Her hustle.
Use the weapon God gave you now. That's.
Yeah.
And that last chapter set it off because like she's just a real gangster. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like she doesn't care about anybody but herself. But she stood up for Otamo.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, wasn't that Otoko?
Otoko, yeah, there it is. Thank you.
Otoko, and I feel like she's really coming into her own. So yeah.
Wait, is it Otoko? Is her name Toko, and she made the joke about Otoko because it's a boy?
Is Toko, but typically you refer to him as Otoko, like Robbie or Otama.
Oh, all right. Oh,
like Tama, her name is just Tama, but if like it's honorifics would be Otama. I suppose.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. So, what's your favorite part?
Remember when Luffy Red Hawk that one guy that looked like a lion? Yeah, that.
Hold him.
Yeah.
And I mean, no other reason besides the fact that it's the fucking Red Hawk. Like,
yeah, Red Hawks are dope. I like the fact that the lion has different faces.
I mean, if I had to really think outside of a superficial reason like that, maybe the whole raid suit incident was a really big one for me. But I mean, every time you see a Red Hawk, I'm just like yes, like just do it again.
He does have a red Gatling, so I mean, it's always a possibility.
It's just such a beastly move, man. It's just like I don't know. I just like looking at it. I don't know. I get that chapter like a 10 out of 10 just because he Red Hawk someone.
All right, that's fair. Red Hawk. Everybody's got their things.
Actually, I wanted to ask this question because you Soul just talked about the raid suit. Which would you prefer, the Sanji's raid suit or Shiryu's devil fruits because they both have their ups and downs.
The raid suit. I'm gonna
Raid
explain raid
suit.
suit for one reason and one reason
Raid
only.
suit.
Because I could morph.
Because
And
I
that
can morph.
is just like, what? Are you kidding? What? Oh my god, Sanji's a power. You don't know.
But
how
you know you're naked
Nah,
for
the-
like 2 seconds, right?
The
So
only reason that you'd ever like choose the devil fruit over it is if there was some kind of amazing extra power that the devil fruit had, but it doesn't. It just makes you clear. The raid suit does that, and you can take it off. You can't take off a devil fruit. You're fucked. You can't
Well, to be
swim.
fair, the devil fruit can also make other things invisible as well.
Yeah, but the raid suit makes like how much is it? Just Sanji? Like, is it?
Well, no, I mean what I mean is like Absalom was able to pick up a rocket launcher and make it be invisible, and then shoot invisible rockets at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he can touch things to make them invisible too. That's what.
But
That's another one of the reasons
He
he
can't
he
dangerous.
can't morph.
Yeah, he can't swim. That's a fact. But like he can give you the feel like he's, I don't know, flying by like making.
Okay, well, let me
things
play devil's
invisible.
advocate.
Yeah, but
Let's
that's
think
just all
about
trickery, isn't it? The
Well,
actual
hold on.
like.
if I could play devil's advocate. If I think about it in the practical sense, like in the real world, the devil fruit would be more useful in a sense that just if you just want to be mischievous. I mean, think of all the wacky pranks you could play on people by making stuff invisible and like putting chairs in front of them. And stuff.
I'm just not that guy.
Okay, well maybe that wasn't a good one, but for me, I thought about that. I was like, oh wow, think of all the pranks.
Yeah, the second you had your eyes on it, you were just like, ooh, malicious ideas.
Yeah, yes. When he was like, so I can go into the ladies, but you know what? Just give me a minute. I'm gonna get right back to that idea. I gotta fight this lizard. You know, I was like, man, get your brain off your dick for a minute, sir.
You know what? I want to see. I want a panel. If I could be real for a second, I forgot where I heard this, but it rung true when I heard it. But I really want a panel or a scene of us seeing Sanji actively not going to the ladies' restroom with his razor. You know,
like he has to walk past it, and then just kind of like you see him like hold his wrist, like not today.
I want to see if he has, I don't know, I don't want to say mature, but I want to see if he could just resist it. Also, on another note, when Sanji put the raid suit on, he said something about a balance, like since they're fighting Yonko, he doesn't have time for things like silly pride, like he can't do like, oh, I'm not gonna wear this raid suit because etc. So I wonder if Sanji, with that being said, since those are his own words, since he's fighting a Yonko, he doesn't messing up can get him killed. I want to push come to shove, but he'll kick a female. I'm just curious.
Yeah,
I really
what I want to see too.
Yeah, I would really love to see that.
I mean,
honestly,
that was only bringing it up because his own words were he doesn't have time for things like pride. Not in this situation; it's too dangerous.
Which
and he learned that because the only reason why he went to Whole Cake in the first place was because of his pride.
Now, people took that to mean I'm going to use the raid suit because I don't have pride. I took it to mean both. Like somehow, some instinctual way, Sanji knew that giant fucking dinosaur was a giant lady dinosaur. So he was just going to have to kick her in the face.
I don't know about but we'll see.
Valid pushing that agenda.
Yeah, I really am. Like,
what, you think Page One's a girl still?
I still think Page One's a lady. I think
But
she's
he
going
was
to
called
shrink.
Sir.
So?
Hey, you know what? That's a valid argument in today's day.
Yeah, sir in the military is still sir. Like you call your female commanding officer sir. So if they're
don't you go with ma'am?
No, sir. It's sir. It's sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
You can do ma'am if they want it, but it's still sir. Like sir is acceptable for everybody because it's a sign of respect. Not just...
So can I call dudes ma'am?
I don't think that'll go over as well, but you can do whatever you did well. Please, this is America.
And I'm just saying, like, I'm in the military, and like, yes, ma'am. And would they be like, would they get mad?
But where were we before I got sidetracked? This is why I've been taking notes, but not good ones. All right, we're gonna jump ahead really quick to the ignorance of Wano. Now, Wano's great because it has a lot of cool things. Like they're the ones that work sea stone and kind of disseminated among the world, but also they're dumb.
Yeah,
they don't have science. Like they consider devil fruits fucking
magic.
magic. Like,
It
and
might as well be though. If you want to be
I'm not saying they're wrong.
Like,
I'm
well,
not
no, I'm
saying
just
they're wrong
saying,
at all.
you just want to like leave them the benefit of like just being the ignorance. It might as well. I mean, Robin turned into flower petals.
Yeah, and some dude turned into a giant fucking dragon that I still hope is made out of like confetti or origami or some fake shit. I really hope. It's probably not. Like I'm not gonna get that lucky. It's probably still really a fucking dragony snake thing or whatever the fuck it is.
Snake. Is he a dragon or is he a snake?
I don't think they differentiate.
Snakes
I don't think they differentiate.
Say that because of Orochimaru, and that's the one.
That's fair. That could be it. Because no, that's what I want to do. Not the ignorance of Wano. We'll come back to this. Sorry. We're going back to more of the symbolism with a lot of the stories. She already talked about the Momotaro situation where they have Momonosuke, the pheasant, or bird in this case, which is a lot of people believe is Marco, the pheasant. They have the dog, which is obviously Inurashi, the monkey, that is obviously Luffy, and somebody else. Yeah. Oh yeah. You guys didn't put that together?
No.
Okay then.
Right over my goddamn head.
Well, all right. I did not expect that. But yeah, that's kind of what they're doing, and they're easing towards that. Like she said, they're off to the demon island where in the story they went to go fight off demons and I think save somebody or do the final. I don't fucking remember it that way.
Battle some Oni.
But in this, Oni are just, I think Oni are going to be represented by the Beast Pirates or the Smile Pirates.
See, that's I'm hoping for. Like I thought it was going to be King because he was on fire, but it's not him. But I'm really, since like Sengoku exists, I want like someone with the human like Satan fruit or something, or human devil model.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that at all. But I think that's going to be somebody like Im-sama. Like, because I think because one of the devil's greatest perceived powers is his ability to persuade and influence. And with somebody, say, like Im-sama, obviously
he also had wings and was on fire. So I just thought he was a devil. You know what I mean?
My first thought was Tengu.
But we already saw Tengu early in the beginning of one. I mean, it could have been another one. Who knows?
Yeah, there's in Japanese mythology, there's a number of different kinds of Tengu. That
it was a Power Ranger movie.
Yeah, they're not all just crows.
Okay.
But there's just a bunch of different kinds. It's like if you mix, what is it, 47 Ronin? Is that the Keanu movie with the samurai?
Or The Last Samurai?
No, that's not Keanu. That's fucking Tom. No.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Tom Cruise. Yeah.
Tom Hanks. Tom Cruise. There you go.
Oh my god, I would pay money to see Tom Hanks as the Last Samurai. That dude's so fucking polite. I'd love it. Anyway, don't let me go off on tangents. Speaking of movies, that's something I wanted to talk about. There is heavy fucking Japanese influence in like cinematic influence in a lot of the things he's done. Especially, and I'm
the Admirals particularly.
Not even just the admirals, but I mean in Wano specifically, because not only did they already kind of single out 7 individual samurai to join, they're kind of setting up the plot of, and they already had the moment from fucking give me a sec.
In regards to that 7 Samurai movie, is that what you're about to talk about?
I mean that's part of it, but I was actually going to talk about Throne of Blood, which is I don't want to say lesser known Akira Kurosawa movie, but it's not as prolific as we'll say the 7 Samurai. But sorry, what's up? Go ahead.
I just know like that samurai movie. I've seen it. That shit was dope. I mean, like, but most of the samurai died towards the. I mean, spoiler.
Thank you, Dustin. I see you in the chat. I appreciate it. Take your time to wake up. I know you got a long day ahead.
He's in the chat.
Yeah, he just popped right in.
Didn't he say he was going to be in your first stream?
He said he would like to make it if it was in the time that he could. He didn't say he would go out of his way. So I want him to get some sleep. He's got a long ass day ahead of him. No worries.
Only weak humans require sleep.
I'm an insomniac, so I couldn't go to sleep if I felt like it.
Yeah, I mean, I got like 4 hours. I was up with these dudes talking at like 4 in the morning. But yeah, let's get right back on topic to the movies. The scene that we just had, where he was flipping out, telling everybody about how these things were going to get him, the ghost from the past. That's straight out of Throne of Blood, which is literally a Japanese retelling of Macbeth. So yeah, so the ghost that's about to show up, I say about to show up because it's following the theme of Throne of Blood. Is there's about to be the reveal of the spiritual entity that was haunting Macbeth and kind of like pushing him towards the edge, and nobody believed him until a certain point, like act whatever. But
now I would say though, just like I'm not sure how prevalent that theory is, but I do know Oda lurks on the internet, and when people guess what he's gonna do, he changes his mind.
Oh yeah, I've said that before. I know he does. He's got. I don't think it's him. I think it's a bunch of staffers. You know what I mean? They're like, all right, you can't do this, or this, or this, because these guys are assholes. And Oda's like, I'll fucking show these bitches.
I know that was just a little joke, but anyway, yeah, no, dude, that I mean, if that's you saying that scene, it was an homage to a scene from a popular Japanese movie, basically. So yeah, more than likely, Oda might be following the narrative path because he's inspired by it. You know, even
it just makes sense.
Yeah, no, most certainly. Now, like I said, unless he's lurking, and then he's like, well, fuck that idea. I'm just, he's like, who's this Valen guy? Yeah, fuck this guy.
I would be so proud. Like, yeah, Oda watches my stuff, no big deal, whatever. But yeah, there's also a couple of other movies that I'm waiting to be kind of referenced. One is Hanzo the Razor, and that's about a law enforcement officer he's got some fucked up ways about him. I'm just gonna say that right off the bat. But he's the kind of person that he'll torture himself to understand when a person would break from the torture. So he knows when somebody's lying to him and when they can't lie to him. Like that's the kind of like dedicated law officer he is.
So do you think that'll be like King or Queen or somebody like that?
That's what I was thinking, but I was actually thinking it's a character that's going to be introduced in a little bit. Because there has to be more than just the Flying Six for law.
Wait. So out of that,
or among the Flying Six,
out of that, from what you guys just brought up, because that panel to this day, I gotta wait for the anime or something. But like, who called who the torture loving pervert in that scene?
King called Queen.
Yeah, King called Queen the torture loving pervert.
All right. Okay. All right. I only said it because I thought that, but then I looked at King and he's in a gimp suit. So,
yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so I was like. Okay.
King probably just into kinky stuff.
He's probably just into kinky stuff.
Man, I hate to derail the topic. I can't wait to see what type of I'm pretty sure King might be an ancient Zoan, but as far as ancient Zoans go, I can't wait to see all sorts of different ones because they're not all gonna be dinosaurs. I mean, like Jack is just an ancient elephant, if you want to be technical. Like, can't wait to see ancient turtles and shit, like ancient birds.
Wouldn't it suck?
No, I'm with that.
Wouldn't it suck if you got an ancient Zoan? I mean, but it was one of those ones like a fish dinosaur, because you know how there was.
Dude, but like you gotta understand, bro. Ancient creatures were massively huge. Like, bro, cockroaches were the size of cars or some shit like that.
Yeah, like they're gigantic.
Like whatever you get, you lucked out. Like the ancient, they confirmed that in the chapter. The ancient Zoans are physically already just tougher than regular Zoans, and Zoans are already the strongest, like physical devil fruit attribute you can get. So
yeah, they do give you like a boost to your kind of like base strength, don't they, Zone?
Oh yeah, because you just get.
I was gonna say that I didn't think that like I don't know about that kind of devil fruit, but then you got Peckham's the turtle.
Right, he's a lion mink that ate a turtle fruit. That's crazy.
But I think that's like because the lion turtle is like an old mythological thing that I still think is going to come into play.
Yo, Valen, do you know?
Isn't he the lion turtle? He's the lion mink.
Wait,
with the turtle.
sorry, what?
Is there like an ancient movie? I mean, Japanese movie saying like about a turtle being alive or being alive?
A turtle being alive? What?
Island.
Oh, like the yeah.
The
like
island turtle.
Because some people think that could be real.
Yo,
And I wanted to ask you because
I wanted to say I don't think so, but when you think about that fucking one giant, Don, whatever the
Sunisha? Zo?
No. He's on white blah 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 Blackbeard's crew. The fucking
Don Juan.
yeah, Don Juan. Don Juan Wolf. There it is. That dude. He's a devil fruit user and walks through the ocean. Like so. Fuck.
Continent puller is what they called him. Huh? Or was that oars?
Like that's oars.
Yeah, that was oars. That was oars.
So how the fuck did he walk through the ocean then?
That's up for debate, and the idea is because he's so big that the mass of the ocean didn't like set it off. But I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
He's incredibly he can't be heavy enough to sink. Like he's incredibly buoyant, is what you're saying?
I think it's because he was touching the bottom and he could walk.
No. I mean that's too deep. That mean his body would be past Fishman Island and then some.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we also have animals like Janisha who have their legs that go to the bottom of the ocean. Like we have a lot of these impossible depths and yet shallow depths all at the same time.
True. Oh, because the planet is not flat, right? Some places would be higher, some would be lower. Yeah. I'm assuming. Yeah. Okay. That means Onisha's height would have to alternate that she walk across the planet, right? I guess. I don't know.
I see what you're saying there.
It would have to. That's probably why. It would have to.
Well, its legs were quite a way above the water, so I assume that, like, if it gets into deeper water, then, like, it just ends up being more...
Like an island.
Almost like an island than being on stilts.
Wow. I don't know if I would have thought about that, but we just, like...
What if he did, and then Zanisha shows up and just bloods Wano?
Dude, like, I don't know when Luffy's gonna pull his army together.
Could fully show up. Like, there's absolutely good reason for Shanisha to show up. Like, and that's gonna be amazing. Like, through the final stages of.
Is Zanisha already there?
Not that we know of.
Not that we know of. No, I mean, and plus Kaido would see a giant elephant on the outskirts of his island.
Yeah, I understand that, but hear me out. Wasn't Momo staying on the fucking thing to learn to talk to him? Like, wasn't that the whole fucking thing?
We don't know how long they stayed there, though.
All right. See, that was something that was fuzzy for me. So.
Well, see, as far as Unisha goes, I mean, like, it's whenever he's going to, I don't know if he's going to do that in Wano. I don't know if he's going to do it, or maybe he goes to Marijoa, but I can't wait for him to pull, like, his army, like, all his, like, allies, everybody just come and just, like, yay, wartime, like Whitebeard did to Marineford. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, that's
going to be, like, that's going to be the Grand Fleet. That's gonna be the minks. That's gonna be the fishmen. That's gonna be the big ass elephant. Probably the 4 different
giants showing up
with. You know what I mean? Like he a whole pirate crew full of giants. When Luffy gets his homies together, man, and he's like fuck them up, and everybody starts. Ooh, I can't wait for that, bro.
Dude, I'm waiting for like giants to show up because look what Big Mom did. She's not even a real giant. She just can use the techniques. You know what I mean? Like she's big and she's strong, but that's like Kakashi using the Sharingan. It's not as good as the original would have been. You know what I mean?
I always assume, as far as like Big Mom and like even the admirals though, because or Jozu, all these giant like 15, 17, 19 feet motherfucker got to be at least part giant in some way. Like,
nope, humans are just big.
Like, yeah.
He's like 16, 17 feet, yeah, bro. Joseph is 16 too. Kizaru's like 15-9, bro. Like, come on, these dudes are like,
yeah, they're just human. They're just big fucking humans.
Nah, bro. Like, Luffy's 5'7", like, dude.
People live to be 140 years old in One Piece.
Dude, Luffy's 5'7", Sanji and Zoro is 6'1". Dude, come on, man.
Fucking Katakuri's like 9'6".
Like he's like 14, like fucking 11 or something. I think they're tall. They're huge.
Somebody new joined, Valen.
Grim.
Hey, Grim. I should send him the link. What's happening?
Y'all don't think these giant people are part giant?
No, I think that's the world they live in, man.
All right. Yeah. So you think Kizaru would be able to dunk from the free throw line?
Lean forward and hit that motherfucker. Yeah, right. Yeah. He goes. Man,
hit it with the Annie, are you
throw,
okay? And just kind of lean into it like Michael Jackson and hit it. Just
Kizaru can free throw so far away, it look like he's dribbling. I mean, it
got
look like
the
he's
best
on
sky hook. Let's be real
not
about
what's
that.
the word I'm looking for? Fucking what's it called when you don't dribble the ball?
Travel?
Yeah, his free throws look like he's traveling, bro. Like he just leans his hand out, leans forward. Like, bro, he's traveling.
All right. While we got him in here, let's get Grimm's opinion. What's your favorite? What so far is your favorite part about Wano?
He gonna say Ray Hall. Watch.
It was good, bro.
It was good.
Going on, guys.
Oh, and plug yourself a little bit. Don't be shy.
So I guess probably like the Hawkins shit. I was waiting for him to show up again to do something crazy, and like he didn't necessarily disappoint, but I want to see more of him. So to see that he's in a group that might be fighting prone like the headliners,
all right,
is exciting. I am disappointed with the samurai so far. I'm trying to see some commander level niggas. Ain't nothing out here right now. So
come on, how can you say that when Ashura Doji fucking me-hawked the shit out of Jack?
That's one nigga.
Yeah, that's one dude who's like he's obviously
you know what I will say outside of Ashura Doji, and I feel you on the samurai so far, but here Shiro looked like he might be on something, and I just don't. If Wano is all samurai, and right before Wano, Sakazuki, I'm not gonna call that nigga. I kind of I'll show him the respect. Sakazuki said, he said, we don't know the strength of these samurai. Well, if he said it, then Oda speaking through him. I'm pretty sure. I think that's what Oda said. Don't sleep on him quite yet. Because why else would Wano be permitted? You know what I mean? They have to know some secrets. Like I fully believe that Zoro's teacher back in East Blue is from Wano, because that dude already knew how to cut steel.
Yeah, I will definitely agree to that. Like, I am fairly confident that dude brought the skill from Wano, and I think somebody's going to see the techniques that he uses and see that they're rooted in that, and it's like some grand form or some shit. Watch.
I mean, and not only that, but Ryuma's from Wano, and I mean, people always try to Zoro didn't he beat Brooks' techniques. That wasn't Ryuma in a live body using his techniques. You know what I mean? So it's like Ryuma had to be powerful. Had to be. Yeah,
Let me ask you guys a question. How many samurai or how many people in Wano are
Thanks for stopping by, Sage. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your perspectives when you can give them. Have yourself a good time and stay safe. All right. Sorry to interrupt. Just saying my thank yous. Continue.
Oh, yeah. What was that, homie?
I was about to say, how many people that are strong do you guys think are going to come from Wano?
But it's got to be a good chunk. Okay, those 3 samurai we're looking for, obviously, right? Those guys.
Yeah, but
that are not on our side.
Well, then that's the thing, man. With One Piece, unfortunately, I can't say that quite yet. I mean, it's kind of a cop out, but like, there's a good chance that a lot of these characters we've seen will turn into Luffy's allies before this arc is over.
Yeah, that's a fact.
They gotta tighten the fuck up.
I'm trying to see people fight Zoro, bro. Like a strong ass samurai fight Zoro. There's nobody here to do that.
I can't wait for like Ryoma's you know what I think? I think like Ryoma's old training partner or something is gonna like see that sword and be like, yo, where you get that sword and challenge Zoro and whoop his ass.
Remember, like I said this before, people live to be 140 years old. Like that's the end age. That's the long term age of humans in One Piece. People forget that shit because we live in the real fucking world.
You still had 114-year-old or some shit like that. So
yeah, and fucking Kureha's like 130, 140. Whitebeard, everybody thought Whitebeard was old because everybody called him old man, but that was just like that's just the way it
was old.
Yeah, like people said he was old, but he was really just sick. You know what I mean?
No, that nigga was 72 years old.
Yeah, but that's not old in One Piece. That's middle aged.
Oh man, look, just because something's older. It doesn't make that not old.
The way people were saying old was to mean enfeebled, but he wasn't enfeebled because he was old. He was enfeebled because he was sick.
Shit, Kureha jumping out of rooftops on a sleigh.
Facts. She was, dude. Kureha. I read someplace that said that she was the fucking one that had the immortality thing used on her, and I laughed. I laughed hard. But it's a fun thought because she is old as shit.
That's man, like When is that going to happen? Because Law's going to do that to Luffy. There's no reason for Oda to tell us he could tell us that he can do it if he's never going to do it.
And for everything Luffy's done
to do that to Luffy, he's going to do it to Luffy. I don't know if Kaido's going to kill Luffy or if Blackbeard's going to kill Luffy, but one of them is going to kill Luffy and Law's going to revive him.
See, I've always been under the impression that Luffy's going to kill himself because everything Luffy does has taken off years and years off his life. Like when he first started using Gear 3. That shit took like 10 years off his life and made him a little fucking kid for like an hour. You know what I mean? Or 10 minutes or some shit like that. And that was a big fucking deal. And now he just pops in and out of Gear 4th. Like
originally he stayed in Gear 3rd for as long as he used it.
Yeah, and fucking Gear 2nd took time off the end of his life too. Like everything he's done has kind of shortened the ass end of the life he's supposed to have.
Yeah. No. That was the entire. Luffy did that consistently throughout pre-time skip One Piece. He would constantly endanger himself in incredible ways to win his fights. Yeah. I'm not sure where Oda was going with that. If he's going to capitalize on it, because didn't it happen again with Yvonne and etc. But
it's going to be ninja aids, bro.
It happen again in Marineford, but like you said, people live a very, very long time in One Piece. And from what I counted, Luffy's probably only lost like 30 years off of his life. So I mean, he's still like 100 something.
No, that's fair. That's another thing. But I want to see it have more ramifications than he lives to be 100 instead of 130. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure how much Oda's gonna parallel, but Luffy could like die at the end of the series.
All right, 1 second. What was that, Grim? I believe that was it.
I'm low key about to push the Sanji narrative over here.
Do it up.
Sanji with the raid suit over Zoro.
So you're just being all around silly.
Well, right. I mean, I think if Sanji's getting the rates, Zoro's about to get a new sword. I mean, you gotta just expect that to happen.
Oh, you hear that?
Oh yeah.
We're talking about Sanji having something, and somebody responds, but Zoro's gonna get something else. What does that mean, bro? What does that mean, bro? Come on.
All right, fine. If that's the way you would like to play it, then let's just call it the way it is.
Yeah, I feel you.
Right now, Zoro doesn't need anything to beat Sanji. That's a fact.
Yes, he does. Zoro needs
absolutely needs the raid suit to stand a chance against Zoro.
No, that's the most falsified statement. That's such a Valen. That's such a slanderous false statement. I just can't even begin to comprehend what you just said.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you, but Luffy's stronger than both, so does it really matter?
Kind of, I guess. I mean, placement matters. You want to be number 2 or you want to be number 3? You want silver?
You said Sanji without the red suit stands no chance against Zoro. No, listen, if you want, I mean, as all fairness goes, I'll give it to, if you would do Zoro versus Sanji, I'll give it to Zoro more times than not. Because I think it ratios out in his favor more. But to say that Zoro was just handle Sanji like he's a child is just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Well, nobody said like a child. I just said he
said Sanji would still no chance. That's getting handled like a child. That's a grown man whooping a child's ass.
Okay. If you want to make it sound as horrible as
Sanji can fly. He now has application of endurance. He can block blades with his legs.
Even without
he has fire that he can cast from his legs.
Even without
the suit.
Hold on. With the suit. Even without the raid, Sanji's stats are ridiculous, my dude. Like his
do you guys think he might get black flames? Because I've always liked that idea.
I kind of hope not, but at the same time, it would be dope.
Well, that would require Sanji using harder armament haki, and I don't think he's going to be using black armament haki. He might at some point, but I'm Oda's fine tuning him for observation or armaments like Zoro's thing.
Really quick, while I got this, the Zoro versus Sanji debate for me is. It's an apple versus orange debate. Zoro's whole thing is cutting through things, all right? And Sanji's primary stat is observation haki. If it was armament haki, we'd be having a different.
What?
Yeah.
What? It's kicking things. Why did you make that comparison?
Let me.
Sanji's primary ridiculous. Sanji's just as strong as Luffy and Zoro, and he's of course Luffy and Zoro are probably, if you want to talk about physical strength, I put them both above Sanji by a little bit, but he's just as strong as the both of them. And he's devastatingly faster than both. He's faster than Luffy in Gear 2nd. It's like he's dramatically faster than both of them. On top of that,
none of what you're saying matters to what I'm saying. None of what you're saying is relevant.
Do you not know how a fight? What are you talking about? Mobility, agility. speed on top of that precognition.
Give me a sec to explain, and I will tell you. What I'm saying is Oda himself, and through the narrative, has said that Zoro's specialization is armament haki. Sanji's specialization is observation haki, and fucking Luffy's is conqueror's haki. He said these are their specializations. Through that information alone, it's going to tell me that Sanji's armament haki isn't enough to stop Zoro's swords from when he does 6. Listen, how can you? Okay, from somebody got
Mihawk said it that if you had that if Zoro had armament haki, his blades would not have broken when he fought him. Does that mean that their strengths are comparable? No. Is that armament haki works in a certain base at a certain level? Having stronger armament doesn't mean you beat somebody. It means that you're able to do something.
And then even on top of that, you want to go to that level. First off, Sanji
let him finish.
Zoro can just easily tag somebody ass fast and immobile. Sanji can fly in any direction at top speed. Like it's just I don't understand. Like it's so hard to hit a target like Sanji as fast as he is, and then he doesn't hit softly. And the faster you go, the harder you hit. Plus, flames equals heat, concussive force. That's kinetic energy. It's like he's kicking you with meteors at that point.
Yeah, I get that you're trying to prove your argument, but that doesn't.
I'm just trying to understand yours.
Sanji can't hit Zoro hard enough to break him down. He just can't.
Zoro, why can't he?
Stop, because Zoro is proven to taking more damage than anybody else on the fucking Straw Hats. That's Stop. He took fatigue and damage from Luffy after Luffy fought and was already knocked unconscious through the fight, and he was still fucking standing there like mind your own fucking business. You're not taking that away from my boy like that,
bro. Luffy still has the most durability, even though Zoro took all that. I know that Zoro's shit is high, but I disagree when people think that Zoro's the one who's been through the most in that Straw Hats, bro. It's still Luffy.
Nobody's saying who's been. Yeah, I think Usopp's been through the most damage. Like he gets everything broken.
If you compare Usopp's base stats to Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji's, then the damage he takes is
astronomically higher.
But y'all know what I mean, though. Like when you said that Zoro took Luffy's pain and all that, like it's like, bro, it's just like people need to stop trying to compare Zoro to Luffy. Period.
That's not a comparison. That's a canonical fact. After Luffy had taken all the whooping he could take, it got slapped out of him by Kuma, and Zoro was like, I got this, and took it and stayed standing there, surrounded in a fucking aura of blood, just standing there like I'm fucking.
Yeah, but he was also done.
Okay, but he was still standing. That's important.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying he wasn't done. You can't take the ass he took.
And what I'm saying, and that you got to keep in mind, that moment only happened because Zoro forcefully knocked Sanji out. I mean, like that could have happened to either one of them.
What's your question,
they both survived the exact same attack that no one else in the Straw Hats but them survived.
You know what? I'll give you that. But the fact is, he didn't. You can say he might have and he could have, but he didn't happen. We can say Zoro can do all this other shit that's possible and plausible, but it didn't happen. Let's stick to what did happen, not what could have. I think that'll make everything a lot easier for everyone.
You know how many days or chapters it's ever taken Sanji to recover after a big fight?
Right?
Before you go with that point, to be fair, I will say, if you look at Sanji's fights and Zoro's fights, the guy Sanji fights is technically a little bit weaker than the guy Zoro fights.
No, it's not.
He finishes them a lot quicker than Zoro finishes the guy he fights.
No, bro.
No, I mean, I could tell you they are because Sanji finishes his fights faster than Zoro does.
He wins, yes. He wins. That means he's very, very capable.
No, that means the guy he's fighting isn't as strong as the guy Zoro's fighting.
Oh, I need to.
What you mean, no, bro? At the beginning of this, you yourself said that Sanji has no chance against Zoro. With the way
that's
whoa. That does not in any way translate to him not being capable. That does.
No, yes, it does. You basically stated that somebody.
They're at the same level, and they fight the other person. He just has no chance.
Yeah, like I just don't get that. My head's spinning. Like I said, if you want to be real rap, I'll give it to Zoro 6 out of 10 times. Honestly, I put it. He's in the majority for me.
That's ridiculous.
But even with that, I mean, like you don't have to agree. I'll give it to Zoro 6 out of 10 times. I'll give Zoro the majority, but like you don't have to.
The guy who hasn't had a fight in like 2 arcs, man. It's been 5 years since we've seen anything significant, and then the last time
that's all of a portrayal.
Hold on, bro. The last time we seen him do anything was against a big ass rock that ran away half the time, bro. Is that the guy we're talking about? Zoro.
Mountains in half, like it's nothing. When Sanji gets the shit kicked out of him,
the reason why I give it to Zoro is because Zoro is number 2 in the crew, as Oda has portrayed throughout the story, and that's why it's overall you can't just deny.
Jinbei number 1 or 2 in the crew.
Luffy's number 1, Zoro's number 2, Sanji's number 3. You can't. I mean, that's what Oda portrays. So that's what I say is. I'm not about to be like, yeah, no.
Zoro's Jinbei's number 1 or 2 in the crew now.
No.
Well, you know what? I'm not sure how they're gonna. Well, even with that being said, I don't think Oda's going to introduce Jinbei to mess up the monster trio. I think he's just there as another powerful element.
Because he's stronger.
I mean? I think he's still going to keep Luffy, Zoro, Sanji as Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and Jinbei is just like another element. You know what I mean?
I think they have to nerf Jinbei in some way to make no offense. He was stopping admirals 2 years ago.
Yeah, there's no reason why Jinbei isn't stronger than Luffy.
Yeah, no, Jinbei's stronger than see, because there's no way in hell you're actually look, if you compare Jinbei's strength, Jinbei was as strong, if not stronger than Ace, who Luffy stood no chance against pre-time skip. There's no way in hell in 2 years Luffy surpassed somebody who's also training for 2 years. So Jinbei is still stronger than Luffy. He has to be. He has to still be stronger than Luffy. There's no way Luffy could just surpass him in 2 years.
I disagree.
There's no way Luffy. Let me rephrase that. It's not so much that Luffy doesn't have the power to take Jinbei down. It's just when you add.
That's exactly what it is. My nigga, don't stop sugarcoating shit, bro. Look, the biggest example of this.
When I'm saying no, I don't. Wait, hold on. I'm not. Hold on. Can I finish that? I'm not sugarcoating anything because Luffy took down Doflamingo, took down Crack, he took down Katakuri. I mean, he can hit you hard enough, but he lacks that experience because he doesn't have that age. That's why I say Jinbei will get Luffy because just like with the other ones, he has that fucking experience. He's older. He was already stronger. Even if Luffy got as strong or close to his strength, he still can't out technique him.
But the example that shows this clearly is when Luffy granted permission to Jinbei to go and do what he needed to save his crew. That was a clear indication from Oda to us, from Luffy to Jinbei, that he is the leader of this crew. And to be with him, you have to follow the rules that he has. Not your own pirating rules, that's your own captain rules, because he had that same prerogative, that same perspective in his head. Jinbei is a leader of the sea. Like, he's a known, respected pirate from all across the world. From Whitebeard to Big Mom, both of them claimed him as an accolade for them to have him on the crew and shit like that, for them to back them up and shit. So let's not get it twisted. Jinbei has always been crazy ass strong, and it's Luffy that's got to climb up.
Yeah, like Jinbei, like I said,
Luffy can't surpass somebody in 2 years, bro. That's not realistic.
I think he did already.
You can't surpass somebody in just 2 years. That means he would have surpassed a lot of people by now. He would have surpassed a lot of people if he surpassed Jinbei. That's a lot of people just to climb over.
Yeah, Jinbei is one of the top. Like, I think he's the strongest fishman we've seen so far. Easy. Like,
he is.
Arguments.
I mean, Jack probably.
Oh, that's right. Jack is the fishman.
Probably Jack, but then Jinbei's a close second. I was like, probably Jack.
I would have to see
Jack Luffy through the ring for it. That nigga's spanking Jack.
You think Jinbei's spanking Jack? I don't know. I mean, well, then again, Inuyarashi Nekomamushi is kind of clowning Jack. Like, Jack's strong, but he don't look like he only got no hands compared to high tiers.
Yeah, like I think it's a matter
Jack is strong and he's tough, but I don't really think he can fight better than someone still like Jinbei.
Yeah.
So who do you think is winning that fight?
Like I said, Jack is strong and he's tough. That nigga fought for like 10 days straight, bro. I mean, against
people.
I
don't want to take nothing away from Jack.
Yeah, that nigga tough. But he's a big ass elephant. Like he fucking he's just sturdy.
Well, I think actually that's kind of my thing with Jack. His whole thing is this monster endurance. That's kind of one of the main features of elephants. They're thick hide. They just kind of never like. They just keep moving around. They always are on the move, and I think the power and endurance are like the main keys, as opposed to say Rob Lucci's, whose devil fruit was speed. You know what I mean? Like that was one of the main focuses of the Jaguar devil fruit.
And don't get me wrong, man. Jaguar can run like 60 miles an hour, bro. Like so. Like,
yeah, they don't fuck around.
Yeah, Jaguar. They got some dense muscles. As far as Jack with the thing, like if I think about it, the way Nekomamushi and Inuyarashi was clowning Jack. Actually, if I remember correctly, Jack introduced the gas because he wasn't getting nowhere against those two probably because he probably couldn't outfight him. If you want to be real rap, if it was going for that long, that's probably what was happening.
Yeah, that's why he used the gas because there was a stalemate. So he said, "I can't keep doing this," and he used the gas.
Yeah,
he probably would have got tired eventually because they were swapping in and out.
Yeah, I think the gas was more about making it easier, like than anything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What did I say, Musashi? What did I say Lucci was? Was it? Did I say leopard or
No,
jaguar?
he's a leopard, not a jaguar, right? Isn't he a leopard?
Yeah. What did I say? Did I say
He's a cat.
You said jaguar. You said jaguar.
Oh, all right, my bad.
He's a leopard. He's a leopard. But even still,
Let me ask you a question, Valen.
all them jungle cats, bro. They got some. They got some muscles, nigga. Them niggas can pound, but they can run.
Yeah, let me ask you a question, Valen.
What's up?
I've been hearing like in the community for a little while, in particular because of the recent Luffy versus Kaido confrontation, that the animalistic form of the Zoan transformation is problematic. People have been stating several examples as to where like the bigger form or the animal form doesn't do what you would expect it to do. Like how we mentioned earlier, Nekomamushi and Arashi were able to tangle with Jack in that elephant form. How Luffy, even though Kaido was drunk, I would have made that clear, and Luffy was able to do that. But once he turned into his regular form, he was able to best Luffy. So how do you feel about the Zoan form? Do you think the hybrid's the strongest, or is the animal side the strongest?
I think in this case it was a matter of temperament. It's hard to really give any definitive answer because Kaido was just drunk, and Kaido's the kind of person who wants to die. It's been proven over and over. So he's gonna let somebody who thinks they can take their shots and hope to God that their shots matter. Well, when they don't, they get Kaido'd. Like that's just all that, like just boink, and that's the noise I imagine. Like when you used to play dodgeball and you hit somebody with the ball real good, just that funk sound that was just echoed through the gym. That's the noise I heard when he one shot Luffy.
He smacked the shit out of Luffy. Man.
He did. All right, welcome Flo to the chat. Thank you for showing up. I know you got some things to say. That's why you were begging to come in the chat. So I'm gonna let you get your platform, and please let him get his time, as he has. Well, he wasn't here to give you your time, but he did listen in the chat.
Can you guys hear me first?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
All right. No, I just because right now I'm with my girl, we're cooking, so I just had to come in and real quick and help my boy Cap with this Zoro Sanji debate, and I'm just gonna say my piece, and I can't stay for long.
That's fair.
But Sanji has been unimpressive post time skip, a completely unimpressive post time skip. Now there's a couple instances I could point out, but the biggest thing is that to me, when Oda said that, his specialty is observation hockey, he said himself that that's what he focuses on. That's his best thing. One, we haven't seen him on par level. He hasn't been impressive in observation hockey, especially when he fought Don Flamingo. And I know it wasn't like he probably wasn't going all out or something, but he still got caught by Don Flamingo's what's that? The bird, not the bird cage, but the little
parasite strings.
Yeah,
the same thing they call Diamond Jozu, and people way stronger than Sanji. But go on.
Yeah, I'm not saying for strength. I'm just saying if you're a good observation hockey user, you could see it coming. You should be able to dodge it. Yet he got caught off guard. Good observation hockey users should not be getting caught off guard like how Katakuri is. Katakuri always was one step ahead of Luffy the whole time.
Yeah, he was actually getting caught off guard.
Context.
Did you forget he got kicked on the chin? Luffy was in gear second, I believe. He got kicked in the chin.
Did you forget Sanji?
Wait, gear second?
Did you forget Sanji didn't even know what Doflamingo's devil fruit was?
I'm not saying you can't. Like, it's just the only if you're going to specialize in observation. No. If you're going to specialize in observation hockey, and this whole fight when he fought, when he fought Don Flamingo and he gets caught off guard, it kind of looks unimpressive to me. It does very
much. So Kizaru unimpressive for doing a cut on his cheek.
Wait, too many people. I can't hear what.
So
let's do this one
to that alone. So minus Sanji, there's Luffy, Law, Smoker, Jozu, a big ass giant thing in Marine Aura's senior, whatever his name. I mean, there's a lot of Aura's Junior. There's a lot of people that got caught by parasite. Yeah, I mean, because the main reason for that is screw with how good your observation is. Most people don't know what the Doflamingo's devil fruit is, so they don't know what to avoid.
Yes, I understand that it's like people wouldn't know, but I'm just saying if you're going to say, "Yo, this man's specialty is observation hockey," you have to show. If anything, when I've seen Zoro shown better observation hockey than Sanji so far, when he was like blocking
That's very untrue. I can
his ability to dodge
several moments of Sanji insane observation hockey. Like if you just want one in general, Sanji flew like that Doflamingo moment you're talking about. Remember where Sanji was?
Don't even worry
He was
about
on
too many people. I can't hear.
He blocked the
those-
jelly bean
that
shot, the
Doflamingo-
Katakuri shot, and that's the
He
most
does that.
important feat that he's done so far as that goes.
Not even
Because
that's
he
not
should
even
not
true.
have been able to do that.
Bam, that's not even true. The same Doflamingo thing we're talking about, people forget where Sanji was. He was on the other side of Dressrosa when he sensed what was happening. That's incredible.
I mean, yeah, like he has a great range. Like that's his specialty. Does he want a cookie?
Range, to me, range doesn't mean anything in a one-on-one fight, though.
That's not entirely true.
What? All right, what does it matter if I'm fight? Say if he fights anybody like Katakuri. Say if Sanji fought Katakuri. I'm not saying like what would happen, but how is his range, his observation hockey range, going to help him fight Katakuri? You're just going to unless you could sense something far away is going to happen.
For him to have the range and the potency, it means it just means his observation is good regardless of the range.
Potency, efficiency is better than what's it called? No, I should say quality is better than quantity.
Country, and he knew what's happening to Nami. He was like,
quality is better than quantity. Just because you have a large range of what's happening, it doesn't matter in a fight.
Why were you trying to compare Sanji to Katakuri?
I'm saying that an impressive observation hockey user. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he has the best, so it's not fair to compare it to him.
Best so far. Yeah, but I'm saying if you're going to specialize, all right, if you're going to specialize in something, like for example, how Oda said Zoro specialized in armlet hockey, and we see his armlet hockey potency when he was easily be able to cut Pika down and like several slices, like it was butter. Like it was butter, and then he went on to beat him all when he had full body armament. Again, we see what Zoro's hockey could do. It's like, okay, he's somewhat impressive. I'm not saying he has to be the best, but I have to see something for him to like actually impress me. And Sanji has not impressed me at all.
So what do you want him to do with his observation hockey outside of
the best thing? Okay, the best thing that he did today it was the jelly bean thing, and you have to show Sanji has been taking L's this whole time. He's not been impressive.
Took outside of Doflamingo.
Except for the what's it called? What happened in the chapter? A couple like two chapters ago.
I mean, name another L Sanji took besides Doflamingo. That's the same L, and keep in mind that's the same Sanji taking L against Virgo. That's the same L. That L he took against Doflamingo is the same L Doflamingo handed everybody. Luffy, Law, Smoker, everyone. Everyone was getting
Smoker's trash.
If you want to talk about L's, there was a whole
trash, and he
hold on. Smoker's not trash. Luffy himself wants to fight Smoker. Luffy himself.
Law did Smoker. Are you kidding me?
Law did not load up Smoker. Law only won because he ripped his heart out because the fight was going for too long.
Yeah, that's his ability. What are you going to do? Not to let him use his ability?
That's what he had to resort to. And Luffy himself wants to fight Smoker. You're saying some competitive shit right now. And even on top of that, that's the same L. People forget there was a point when Doflamingo had Luffy's hands tied behind his back, kicking him around and laughing at him. Like Doflamingo was handing everybody else. People like, Sanji got handed L by Doflamingo. It's Doflamingo.
Yeah, it's kind of like everybody lost to Enel. Like, yeah.
Because here's the thing. I think here's the problem.
What kind of point is that? And Sanji didn't catch an L against Virgo. How do you catch an L to somebody who literally never hit you once? Sanji blocked one of his kicks and sure may have cracked his leg, but if you look at that, Sanji literally never
said if that fight would have gone on long enough, he would have been pressed.
No, that's not what he said. Literally the only thing Sanji said was if that fight would have gone on longer. Nothing else said after that. You can't imply what you can imply whatever you want.
No, are you kidding? Okay, then you don't want if you don't want to read context, then you can't judge.
What context? I did read context, and I looked at the fight, and if I was to score that fight on a technical level, Sanji was whooping Virgo's ass. I mean, he had more clean hits. I mean, he literally
had one, and that was off guard.
No, and then he got another one right in the stomach, which sent Virgo flying into the wall, and then blood came out of his mouth on top of that. And then he got another one.
Wasn't that the first hit?
And no, that was the second hit. And then even on top of that, after Sanji blocked that one kick from Virgo, literally one kick that he blocked in his leg crack, Sanji continued to kept kicking with Virgo into the gas filter room with the same leg.
Yeah, and if he would have kept going, he would have broke his leg, and it would have been bad for
probably,
Sanji.
But that wouldn't have been the first time Sanji's broken a bone.
Remember, probably aren't something we're talking about. We're talking about
and then even on top of that wouldn't have been the first time Sanji's broken a bone. Who cares?
Not take away. Sanji was worried, saying, "Oh my God, if that fight would have gone on long enough, he would." You cannot. If you're not reading the context,
don't add words to what he said.
No, like if you cannot read context, if that's what Oda was trying to say, if you're just saying, "Oh, okay," you're just going to interpret that.
I told you what happened. Sanji started the fight with a sneak attack, And then they traded some kicks. Then Sanji kicked Virgo in the stomach. Virgo flew into the wall. He spat out blood. They traded more kicks. Virgo threw a kick. Sanji blocked that kick. It cracked his leg. They threw more kicks. They both dipped. I read context. I know.
No, I'm talking about what Sanji said after that. He was worried. He was worried. Don't tell me you don't think
he was worried. Virgo wasn't a bitch. But to just say, oh man, Sanji was just going to lose. How do you know that? He didn't even say that.
If Sanji was worried about how that fight would have ended, then that's an L.
How? You want Sanji to defeat everybody effortlessly? He's not the strongest person alive. Virgo's not a bitch. Virgo is Doflamingo's right-hand man.
Honestly, vice admirals are not that
strong.
What
are these arguments? No, Virgo's not a vice admiral. Virgo's taking the place of a vice admiral.
Be the rank they are. Some vice admirals choose to be vice admirals because they don't want to be admirals. I'm not saying that that's the role that Virgo took. I'm saying Virgo has more reason to be a vice admiral than an admiral because admirals get looked at a lot harder.
And plus, he's taking the disguise of a vice admiral because he's under Doflamingo.
Virgo got low diff by by Law. Law low diff. What's his name? Smoker. I still don't see vice admirals on.
So Law didn't low diff Smoker because that was a very
not a low diff fight.
Get a shot on him.
If you have to resort to your ninja heart removal magic, it's not.
You're not loaded. Yeah, that was a very long fight.
Yeah,
you're just removing
long fight.
You're talking about I'm removing context. I remember that fight.
Long fight.
I remember exactly what happened in that fight with Law and Smoker, and Law. They were both going, and Law wasn't just handling Smoker like you're trying to make it seem like he did.
He didn't hit him. Did Law get hit during the Smoker fight?
Smoker never got hit either. So what's your point?
Smoker got hit once. He lost.
And that's the one hit Smoker got hit was because he had his heart ripped out of his chest.
That's his ability. So you're gonna hold him?
I'm not holding. I'm telling you that's why he lost. Though you're making it sound like Law just beat the shit out of Smoker. That's not what happened. You say he low dipped him.
He lost. He low dipped him. He didn't take no damage.
That's not a low. How? Smoker didn't take damage either. He got his heart taken out. That's not taking damage.
No, he could have killed him easily.
Probably, but he didn't.
I'm not saying.
Okay,
you're saying you're trying to make it seem like Law just beat the shit out of Smoker. You have you sound so critical.
I'm not saying physically, but he took the L.
No, I don't care.
Taking no damage. That's a low diff to me.
To my logic, since Law was able to literally snatch everybody's personality out their body and put it in somebody else, he low diffed everybody.
But I can see the same thing going on with the rest of the Straw Hats. He probably would low diff them.
That's not how this works.
All right. You know, that's his ability. If you're going to hold that against him, then I don't know what to say. That's what he does. He could do it.
We're not saying he can't do it or that it's not his power. We're saying that's not his go-to power. The first thing he does isn't show up and be like, blink, I got your heart. Nah, like a kid playing I got your nose. All right.
No.
He pushed to do that. Therefore, it can't possibly be low diff.
To me, that's a low diff. It's just like if it took it to me, Law did it effortlessly. He wasn't tired after it. I didn't see him like gassing, no scars on him. He wasn't sweating. There was nothing to show signs that Law had any difficulty against Smoker, except he just did a couple moves, and then I'm pretty sure it happened. It lasted an episode. I forgot how many chapters.
Having no difficulty against Law too. To your same point.
Yeah, like
so. What are you even saying?
Yeah, wait, I didn't hear what you said.
Smoker
was having no difficulty against Law. Smoker was countering everything Law did. There was a point where Smoker had Law by the collar, threw him on the ground, pinned him down like a little boy. Was about to. I mean, what are you talking? Like Smoker was actually getting the better of Law for a good chunk of that fight. I remember exactly what happened
until he got his heart ripped out.
If you didn't hit, and if you're not exhausted in the fight, if you're not, what's it called? Like there's
this is credited. Somebody play jump first.
Low diff to me. Well, anyways, I want to go back to this Zoro Sanji. We got off on that little tangent, and I don't got much time. Zoro has always been portrayed to be near more Luffy's level than against Sanji. The only time Zoro's ever portrayed to be near Sanji's level is when they're having their little arguments, the little spats, and they're like, they fight. What's it called? Zoro usually fights the second strongest. Sanji fights the third strongest. I never see any reason. I haven't seen any reason in the show to suggest that Sanji is stronger than Zoro. So I don't know what the hell that argument was about in the first place.
All right. That's fair. That's your stance on it. I happen to agree with you. There hasn't been enough backup feats to kind of push him over what Zoro's done, in my opinion. And other people obviously have their opinion, but we're going to move on from that because that has taken up way too much time as it is. Right now, we're going to move on to the ignorance of Wano and how they have no real like science, and their devil fruit understanding is essentially middle age. They think it's just demon magic.
Well,
Anybody
I
wanna-
think that just goes back to the fact that they're ignorant to the rest of the world.
Yeah, their isolationist kind of policies have led them to be really, really far behind in a lot of ways. Now, here's a thought I had. What if like somebody like Sengoku showed up and was just like, you know what? Whoosh, and went to his huge Buddha form. He's like, you may call me God now. Would they be like, well, all right, God, how you doing today? Would you like some rice? Or like, would they be like demon magic?
Demon magic. They wouldn't know what the hell that is.
Exactly. So why would it not be a God?
Wait, can you repeat that last part?
Sorry, what?
What was that last part you said?
If somebody like with Sengoku's powers and like visual appearance were to tell you that I'm a god and you had no idea, and he showed up giant shining golden 20-foot fucking 50-foot fucking statue, like you might be like, all right, maybe.
There's enough people with somewhat outside information, at least that are hidden or doing things, that understand about devil fruits. The fact that they call it magic, in particular, or ninjutsu, in particular, does interest me. But it is most likely just a devil fruit ability, in particular. But it's not to say that just like Wano seems to be the entire carpenters or the most experienced carpenters for Sea Stone in the world, that they don't have other techniques that they're like exceptionally refined at that have to do with combat, like smoke throwing, fucking knife throwing, fucking whatever it may be. They could be really, really good at different shit, and it may seem like a fruit, but it may not be. An instance is like the elemental abilities that swordsmen seem to be rumored or somewhat seem to originate from Wano itself. There was, I believe, 1 or 2 Whitebeard commanders that had the instance where their blade could produce an element and they could attack and slice with it. It was lightning and fire. And then Kinemon is a second exception where he can actually cut fire. So that may be another like secret technique instance, something that may come from Wano. In terms of that, I've also heard this is just a theory. I can't believe I'm saying this shit, bro. This is the most credible shit I'm ever say. This is not me. This is not me. I did not say this. Somebody says that in the panel where Shuntenmaru was first fighting, that there were petals falling around him on the panel.
Yeah.
Technically, that means that he is a user or a practitioner of the flower style, just like Vista is, maybe to a lesser or greater degree. So that would be cool to see if Oda does like connect those things like that.
All right. Well, you heard it from Grim here first.
I'm not telling you. Lucy said that. Lucy.
Wait, can I ask you something real quick, Grim?
What's up?
Do you remember the video where you told Ty to tighten up?
Yeah, what about it?
No, do you remember the name of the video so I could go see it?
Nah.
Oh, all right. My bad. Go ahead, Riley.
No, but my whole stance on that is I feel like I told this to Cap before, but I feel a lot of the elemental shit is gonna end up being hockey, the next level of Armnet hockey. I can't really explain it like too well. That I'm assuming Oda's gonna dive deeper into it. It's just that we've had too many people in the story with elemental abilities without them having that devil fruit. For example, you got Luffy and Sanji both having fire attacks.
And lightning on Luffy's half. Remember Thor? That happened once, but it did happen.
That was the movie.
No, he did that against Don Chinjao.
Yeah.
Wasn't that because their Conqueror's hockey was clashing though?
I don't think
it had thunder before while he was in the air. Lightning before it was in the air. Like it was just a lightning punch. I think it was a throwback movie, but what's up?
Can you read One Punch, bro?
I have not. No.
Sorry, it's tripping.
Try to recruit him.
When is the anime coming out again?
In April is when it comes out.
Nice.
Word.
I'm gonna check that out. But yeah, I think that part of their science comes from their ability to harness devil magic, and I think we're gonna see a couple of liberated devil fruit users who have been put to service.
I don't like the way you use those quotations. It is devil magic.
It is devil magic. Devil fruit powers, not devil magic. How dare you? Plebeian. God.
Yeah.
Are you sick?
I do watch One Punch. I just don't read it.
Oh, why
Yeah,
is
One
that?
Punch Man is what?
Why is that?
Really, just time in the day. Like I spend all my time, like raising the champion, raising a better generation. So
Facts.
that's really where my focus is. Like for the first 2 years of his life, I didn't have I took off YouTube and everything. Facebook and like everything. And the only reason I even have it now. What? All right, is he sleeping? Or? Oh, all right. Dope. Love you. All right. Sorry about that.
Does your wife read One Piece?
Yes, actually. Well, she doesn't read One Piece. She's busier than me. She's a doctor, so she spends a lot of her time doing doctory things. But she watches all my videos and
Cut
stuff.
niggas up and shit. Split niggas open.
No, she's a chiropractor, so she corrects your spine.
True.
She be bear hugging niggas and shit.
Yeah. Oh, you've seen what the fuck is it? It's all the teachers, History's Strongest Disciple. There's a chiropractor in there that does stuff. It's fucking awesome. The dude who does he does chiropractic and acupuncture. They send all the people that they end up beating to that dude to get healed for more money. It's fucking anyway.
I heard it should be good. I just never seen it.
Part of the stuff, the ignorance, it kind of is given to the reader because we don't know what the fuck Kinemon's fruit is. We know he has one. You know what I mean? You don't just place a rock on somebody's head and turn it into winter clothes. You know what I mean?
I think Kinemon has a weak ass fruit. That's
no,
not really.
I don't.
That's starting to scare me. How fuck, bro? I hate. Bro, look, don't. Once again, this is not me saying this. Fuck, dog. It seems
Bro, it's okay
Oda's,
to have bad ideas.
Bro, it seems like Oda's hyping up Kinemon, dog.
Yeah, Kinemon's the leader. He was the leader of the fucking
Bro, I get that. I get that. All I'm saying is that it does not matter what he used to do. I know for a fact how strong he is, and that nigga is doodoo buns. So if these niggas are hyping him up, that says something about them.
He's a doodoo butt.
I've heard people say that Kinemon is supposed to be that stronger and stuff like that. I mean, so far I haven't seen nothing from him. To even suggest that he's on Brooks level. But
do you think Kinemon can pop up some Gucci or some Supreme clothes?
we don't
He can do whatever he wants. So shit, why not? It might come out Fufu instead of Fufu.
Knows about Gucci?
Might come out Chugi instead of Gucci, but whatever. It's the same shit you can get on the street in New York. But yeah, Wave asked a good question. I'm gonna put it in a different way than he did. But who do you guys think that killer is? He said he asked specifically if it was the Witching Hour boy, who is a direct reference to Goemon, another really popular, basically the Robin Hood of Japan, who had a very gruesome death. And I'm gonna call it now. If that dude dies in a boiling vat of acid or oil, then I called it first because that's how Goemon died.
Isn't that how Odin died?
Yes, it is, as a matter of fact, which is not coincidental in my opinion.
Oh, they think that Killer, Kid's second in command, is?
Yeah, is the Witching Hour boy. I think Killer is the manslayer.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I thought the manslayer would be what's it called? One of the three samurais they're looking for with Ashura and the other two. I thought the manslayer would be one of the other two samurai, since we don't know him. I mean, it's the easiest way to introduce a character that was supposed to be give a hype character like Ashura that's able to clash with a commander.
True. I mean, I think I don't know, just the vibe I get from the Kid Pirates is it would make more sense for Killer to be the manslayer. Literally Killer, manslayer, it's the same fucking name.
True.
You know what I mean? So that's one of the reasons that I'm there. That's where I'm at. But
Bro, I'm just trying to see the rest of
I mean,
these
I wish
niggas, bro.
Killer. I want to see Killer fight Zoro. You want to see the two head
I think
captains
they're
of
gonna
the
clash.
two strongest generations. Go ahead.
my hope is that they're going to clash, because that would just be absolutely perfect. It would be perfect.
Or if they keep training together, because I don't know if Zoro could fight King alone.
I don't think they can have a training session in the middle of Wano though.
It's not good. Well, they actually, if you think about it, look what they were trying to get Ashura Doji to do with Inurashi. Like they were trying to kind of gauge where he was at and challenged him. Like if we win, you're with us.
Luffy didn't get a training session in Eni's lobby. That nigga just had gear second and gear third somehow.
He's like, I thought of this. I wonder if I can do it. And he actually explained it in the fight with Bluno. Like he's like, I don't know if I can do this, but I don't know that I can't.
Bro, so you're my nigga.
What up?
Valid. Come on, bro. Listen to what you just said and tell me that is not an ass pull, bro.
No, how's that an ass pull?
What is?
Like he's finally learning to understand his abilities better. Like
okay, so what happened in terms of Gear Second and Gear Dirt? Luffy, from when he fought Lucci and Bluno, wasn't like any stronger. That was just an element of him realizing, wait a minute, my body's made of rubber. Let me see if I can do this. Mm-hmm. And then he did it. It wasn't like something he would necessarily need to train or try to unlock. It's something he could just try and see if it works.
It would be a natural ability of his devil.
You really like? I gotta listen to what you just say. Like, so Luffy is not stronger with Gear Second and Gear Third.
No. Luffy is stronger using Gear Second and Gear Third. But I'm talking about from when he fought Lucci in Water 7 to when he went to Eni's lobby. Like you said, he didn't train. Luffy himself didn't, like you said, he just ate meat and then he gave it another shot. But this time on the way there, he was like, damn, those guys kick the ground 10 times in a second. They even move really fast. Well, I can't do that. What if I make my blood flow speed up and give myself steroids, and then maybe I'll be able to do it now? That's literally what he did.
Yeah,
only
he took what was happening to him and kind of pertained it to himself.
The only thing that kind of makes me believe that it's an ass pull is because Luffy isn't smart enough to think of that.
Luffy got his ass bust literally right before that by those two same guys.
Luffy
hold on, bro. You just went up. Hold up.
Right.
2 minutes. He got his ass bust by those two same guys literally before that. Lucci beat his ass, bro, all of them. And then literally the next big fight, the nigga just has a Gear Second and Gear Third, bro. And once again, he corrected himself and said that he was stronger when he got it, because clearly Luffy got stronger when he used that shit. You're telling me it's not weird?
That's called a boost. Hold on. Took all years of his life. Like,
so pushing back to the Wano part, you don't need a training arc in One Piece to get stronger. We should expect that Luffy, by doing what he's doing right now in the prison, for example, he's going to be stronger because of that. Like Sanji, maybe even Zoro, whatever, just by them going on journeys and going to different places, experiencing different things, that's how they grow. It's not just by training all the time.
Well, even to that point, hold on, I never corrected myself. You just misunderstood me.
I mean, nigga, I'm the one listening to you. You said that he did not get stronger by having Gear Second and Gear Third.
No, I said Luffy from when he went to Water 7 to Eni's lobby wasn't stronger. He just created Gear Second and Gear Third. Of course, using Gear Second and Gear Third, well, then he'll be stronger in those states. But in his base state, he wasn't stronger.
And he didn't technically. He didn't really get his ass beat by Lucci. Lucci just sent him flying away.
He didn't. First of all, just like with Sanji, he didn't know what they were doing. The next time he knew, they literally told him, "Oh, this is what this technique does. This is what this technique does." Next time he's like, "Okay, word, all right, rematch, let's go." Yeah, like it's not unheard of. He did it to Crocodile 3 times.
Yeah, once Luffy is a very like the thing about Luffy is he's never been the best trained fighter in terms of like sitting down and like having like a straight punch or anything, or like knowing, multiple combinations of moves and stuff. He's a visceral fighter. He feels what he needs to do and his body kind of like goes with it. Like that's kind of always been the thing. It's like his genius is in his ability. Yeah, well, he did. Well,
probably not. He's not the most technical fighter. Like, I can see to that, of course, no, but he's not an imbecile when it comes to fighting.
No, that's my whole point. You don't need to be like some genius to be trained to be some genius. You know what I mean? He took what little training he got from Garp, and I'd say little compared to say Lucci, who spent his entire life training.
Training a whole martial arts style, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. With the Roku, oh god. But yeah, like that shit is fucking dope. But Luffy has nothing to compare to that, so he needs his ingenuity. And when you think about it, okay, everything about me is rubber. All I need to do to go faster is pump more blood to my vein through my veins.
Wouldn't his gum attacks just be a fighting style at this point?
I would say yeah. Like, I mean,
mean,
as much as any devil fruit power is a fighting style,
right? Yeah, I mean, a very specific one, but like, you know, at this point, is he's been using it. He hit the ground
Right?
running with it.
It's his fighting style. Whether anybody else can use it is not really up for debate. That's not true. Because fucking yeah, you know what? I'll say it is.
Katakuri could do it. Yeah, and you know what? Katakuri was telling him how to make it better.
I was gonna go with Bartolomeo using the what the fuck, the gum punch thing he did.
Oh, the body pistol.
Yeah, the bari pistol. Like, come on, that shit was great.
How's everybody's day going?
Friday is great. I love it. I'm having a good one.
Same. My girl making me food.
Kind of hurts, but you know what? I feel good at the same time.
Well, that's good. I've had a low key headache for like a few days because I'm on a new diet and getting angry about it.
A lot of people are sick right now, man.
Dude, it's the season for it. Like the polar vortex, like nobody's body was ready for that shit. They just came in and fucked everybody sideways.
And then the weather keeps going from hot to cold, man. At least where I'm at.
Yeah, like here it was 60 the other like last weekend. Like 45, 60 range. That's a lot of range, but still.
For January, going between 50s and 70s for me, nonstop. It's like
I think it's shit. Well, I live in Florida. It don't get cold out here.
Unless it was cold as fuck the other day.
But it's crazy in Florida, man. Bro.
So.
Wait, what happened?
I said, but y'all got to deal with Florida, man. So
yeah, that's what I was about to say. Hey, do you have a crazy story, Florian?
Wait.
Like Florida, man?
I do.
I got a couple crazy stories.
Well, that's not what we're on right now, so we're not going to jump off the topic too crazy. Because we all know we can get like anybody talking about Florida stories is going to move on from there. But I want to talk about what people think Wano's going to turn into. Me personally, I have many, many thoughts, but all of them are based around kind of cinematic events that I want to see happen. So,
well, my biggest thing is that I want to see fight scenes because we have the only real fight scene. The biggest fight scenes we've got from the Straw Hats was all from Luffy, and I want to see, you know, where Brooka is. I want to see Chopper in the actual fight, and like, you know, we get a little teaser with them in the Fishman, but I want to see them actually get pushed. I want to see them all grow. I want to see all of them get their desserts, and I had a lot of theories about Wano, but everything got fucked over when Big Mom showed up, and now she has amnesia. So I have no idea where Wano's going or will turn into.
Oh, that's fucking goddamn it. That's what I want to talk about. Also, Big Mom entering Wano. But continue with where you want this to go, and then we'll jump back to that in a minute.
For the most part, where I wanted it to go is that I thought Killer and Zoro is going to fight King. Sanji and Beppo was going to fight Queen. Different of the Straw Hats were going to fight different lower tiers, like probably the Flying Six, but now that the ninjas are introduced, I see the Straw Hats fighting them. I see a lot of the Flying Six being dealt with before the war now, because I don't know who would be fighting them, and there's just so many components that I can't put my finger completely on what's going to happen. But let me think. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, Soul, you're next.
Big ass war.
Big ass war. That's enough said. All right.
Yeah. I'm expecting some, like, because it has to be Wano or it has to be like when he goes to Marriage, but Luffy, it's big ass war. It's gotta happen, bro.
All right.
I want it. I can't wait for it. It's like it's now or never. Let's go, bro. I want I want it to be like we got to the point where Marineford, every other chapter, it was just people are just fighting. That's what I want for One Piece, like 30 chapters.
All right. Puffing Tom.
What we doing?
Where you want Wano to go? Like what things you want to have happen in the future of Wano?
Oh, of course. I want to see Usopp bloom. You know what I mean? His hockey bloom some more. And I want to see I say Sanji go past the race suit Like he leaves the race suit at Wano. Like he doesn't take it with him, like to like Elbaf or anything like that. You know what I mean?
All right, so for him to grow past needing the raid suit to do whatever.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. All right, Satsuki.
Shit, I want to see Frankie and Usopp get some Sea Stone upgrades to their weapons, especially Usopp.
Facts.
Yeah.
I want to see Nami use Zeus, like have that as an actual,
Yes.
weapon.
Yes.
Who?
Give me that.
We already talked about it a little, but I want to see Sanji kick a woman. If that happens this arc, then it's an 8 out of 10 base.
Why y'all niggas want Sanji to kick a
Like,
woman
right?
so bad?
I want him to beat a woman.
Look.
He hasn't done it yet. I need to see him beat a woman. I need it.
Hey, we respect women all 2019 to the end of the earth, but man, like,
shout out to all the women, by the way.
Like, like that's just his biggest flaw. It's a part of his character, but I just always thought of a hypothetical moment where if a woman had a whole bunch of just danger factor to the Straw Hats, and then Sanji just did not want to kick her, that would be so trash. But
yeah.
So I really want to see. I mean, it doesn't have to happen, but that'll be cool. That'll just be like
that would be beyond trash, sir.
Yeah,
it would be the most trash thing that can ever happen. Because when it's his own life with Khalifa, that bullshit was accepted. Fine, whatever, you dumbass. But like, if it was like somebody around you, like, but I can't kick her, I chop her. I'm sorry, you gotta die. And I'm like, what? No.
All right, Grim, you're next. He's not here. He took us to it.
Yo.
What do you want to happen in the future of Wano?
I'm trying to see Big Mom versus Kaido. I'm trying to see Hawkins go up against some niggas. I'm trying to see Sanji fight the strongest dinosaur. I'm trying to see some swordsmen that like could challenge Mihawk and like make Mihawk be like, oh, them niggas strong as hell. I'm trying to see. That's really all I care about. Yeah.
All right. And Mo, I believe you're the last one.
Tomorrow's not guaranteed, so I don't expect anything.
All right. We'll be mysterious about it.
No, all right. So
keep your secret.
What do I want in Wano? Well, I don't know. I never really think about it. I'll get back to you on that one.
All right, that's fair. All right. The stuff that I want to have happen in Wano, I want Zoro to be pushed. Like that's one of my bigger things. I don't think he's been pushed enough. And I want Kid to go absolutely ape shit and fuck shit sideways. I want him to lose his fucking mind and do everything in his power to kill something. I don't care what that thing is. It could be a goddamn cockroach because he's afraid of bugs. I want to see that shit. You know what I mean? Like, but I think it's going to be a big fight, so that's kind of what I'm hoping for. I'd like to see some of the other kid pirates show up and do their thing, but that's really meh. Aside from Killer, who we all know is going to at least do something because he too was a supernova, same kind of vein that Zoro was. But moving on to Big Mom, I've been saying this in a bunch of streams, but I'm going to say it in mine. I've always, the second I saw her, I think everybody was just like, nope, fuck you, no, we're done here. You know what I mean? Because that was just like it's disrespectful to the idea of a Yonko more than it is and almost anything else. And the fact that it's done to a woman makes people feel a certain way. But I think after taking time to think about it, the Big Mom Pirates have a lot of protocols in place. They have a lot of things they do on procedure. Like, just they could have sent out one or two fucking things when somebody fought or defeated a commander. You know, they could have sent out, half a dozen, 6 dozen things, but they sent a full fucking army. You know what I mean? They sent up the full fucking enraged army on protocol. And I think they might have things like that to weaponize Big Mom. And with Pudding having the memory fruit, it's not improbable or impossible that one of those protocols is to basically turn Big Mom into a tactical nuke in a suitcase. You know, she's so childlike and innocent and pure when she's in this state because like she is a pure child. Like her memories don't allow her to be anything else. And that will stop most people from fucking murdering somebody who's innocent. And on top of that, she's still an iron balloon, so that's going to stop people from murdering her. But I think they're going to be going along the Capitol, and somebody's going to reach out and touch Big Mom's hand, and it's going to be Pudding, and all the memories are going to come back, and including maybe eating, because you know I don't think whatchamacallit knows that Big Mom doesn't know that how she got her fruit and that she ate all of her friends. Like she doesn't understand that. So when she goes to give her memories back, she's gonna fucking fill in all those gaps because she doesn't know not to. You know what I mean? All your memory from here to here, boom. That's a blanket thing. And I think she's gonna get that and go absolutely like her scream is gonna level a city, and then she's gonna go physically bonkers. You know what I mean? And I think it's gonna become just like Soul said, an all-out crazy fucking war, and that's what I'm excited for.
Wow. I want Big Mom. Big Mom
sure could fix her memories, huh? I never thought about it like that.
I've heard that before. I've heard that theory before. It's just
it makes a lot of sense.
I'm just tired because like all of One Piece, almost every female hasn't been like an actual badass female that got to show her stuff. You know, like everyone usually come like the closest we got was Boa Hancock, and then we get the gag with her and Luffy and her being all head over heels. Like I just want a good standalone character that's a female.
What about the Don?
I think
The Don?
What about Miss Doublefinger and Khalifa? They were pretty dope.
Yeah, like
The Don
but that
dope
was like
too.
I'm talking about like badass like that could stand on there like I want to see a female captain that could like make her own
we're gonna be for Bonnie,
Yeah.
I guess.
Marine
I think,
female vice admirals that fucking wreck people.
Wait, which one?
Yeah, do a Marine for it? There was a lot of female vice admirals.
There's
for it.
the
No, but I want to see a captain because I want to see like a captain like to be on either Luffy's level, be like something like Piers. Like I want to see.
That's gonna be Bonnie. I mean, we're gonna get
I think
this
that's
Bonnie.
to be saying this still at this point because on the real, we would even have a female at the highest of levels, and she's technically showing the most impressive things, or she has the most number of impressive things at the highest level besides Whitebeard. We haven't seen Kaido. We haven't seen any more of Blackbeard.
Okay, baby, I'm coming.
We haven't seen any more of Shanks at all. So like, there's nobody really else to compare her to besides Whitebeard. She has a number of big ass things like that. So it's not fair to say that at this point. Still, you got Hancock, who at the beginning and still now to this point holds some of the best accolades in terms of fighters. Period. Like putting sex aside, she's one of the most dangerous fighters in the series. Period. No matter who you are, still consistent. And I agree that there's a bunch of fodder people that he uses to represent that as well. But the female strong down like princesses that we use often meet, like whatchamacallit, like Nami at a certain point, Robin at a certain point, Vivi,
Rebecca.
No, fuck Rebecca.
Hey, tighten the fuck up.
I'm just gonna say bye.
All these female individuals, they may not be
Hi,
like
Florian.
fulfill the point of strength.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah, go handle the lady, man.
He's on the whip. They got him on the leash.
Hey, that's okay. There's worse things to be leashed by than love, brother.
Nah,
Take care.
I mean, that's what you want to do.
Dude, love. There's worse things to be leashed by. That's all I gotta say. Like, people get leashed by drugs, alcohol, gambling.
I mean, all that stuff sounds kind of better.
Hey, yo, Soul, bro. Come on, bro. Not today.
Some of it. Okay, we ain't talking weed. We talking like heroin and crack. God damn.
Oh, no, I don't fuck with shit like that.
Yeah, I'm saying like there's worse.
You're saying weed is better than love, Soul?
I mean, this is a conversation for another time.
All right, then.
This is a conversation for another time. Or at least
Who was talking?
I'm just saying it's like there's that certain addictive quality that I've experienced that I never want to experience again.
That's fair. I definitely understand that.
Yeah, I mean, to be so consumed with one person is that you kind of don't even see him as human anymore. It's. I never want to be in that mindset again. Honestly, it's very dangerous because then you spend like 2 years fucking with the same person. That's just bad for you. But something's in your head is keep saying, "Yeah, do it, go for it, do it." And you're like, why?
Hey, so if we could rant, you could rant. I'll be here, bro. If you want to rant with me,
No,
in a
we all
different
good.
time though. Different time.
Yeah, we're all good.
All right, go ahead, Valen.
All right, somebody's trying to get in. They can't. I'm trying to figure it out.
Well, I'm actually about to fucking because
No, it's not that there's not
it's actually
room.
about 7, so I'm actually gonna be closing this down now. So I'm gonna ask everybody for, I guess, their overall thoughts and to plug themselves, and yeah, tell us what's what in your mind, not your butt.
Big Mom does
Weird.
have the best feats in One Piece. Right now.
She has the best endurance feats. I'll straight up hand that away. Yeah.
Not the best, just everything, bro. DC, everything, bro. She was utterly and entirely on. People can feel about the chase however they feel about it, but if you just look at what's happening, and then you rationalize that Lin is causing all of this, she's like a walking storm.
That's fair. She's a calamity for sure. See what I did there?
She's devastating.
Who's
bro.
next?
Oh my god, and she's not sick.
Wait, did you ask us for our final thoughts, Valen?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
wait,
who's
final
next?
thoughts. Oh,
Yeah, final thoughts. Sorry, I thought because yeah, I gotta go by 7. She'll be back pretty soon, and yeah.
Oh no, that could be my final thoughts. Yeah.
All right, cool. Is you're essentially, just to summarize, because make sure I got it. That Charlotte Lidland has more to do with this than people are giving her credit, and they need to realize that some of the best feats that have happened in all of One Piece belong to her.
Belong to her. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go with Satsuki next.
I wish I would have said that.
Damn. I forgot to add before I forget
Go ahead.
again.
Whatever
I
you
forgot
mean.
to add that I want to see Scratch Man and Pooh. Like real shit.
Chick around.
I want to see him.
Keys that rule.
Like, I just find his devil fruit or whatever the hell interesting. So, I mean, I don't know how it would be placed in a place like Wano where motherfuckers have swords, but I mean, whatever. But Wano has high potential. Everything's been set up. Big Mom, Kaido here, Straw Hats here. So I think this could be a really great arc when it's all said and done. So I'm waiting on it. It hasn't been so far, but I'm waiting on it.
All right. Next up, Mo.
I'll go last.
All right. Next up, Grim.
Yeah.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts, closing statements.
Like the video.
Like the video. Yeah, you know what?
And tighten the fuck up.
He's right. Like the video, subscribe if you feel like it. All right. Now it's on you, Mo.
Oh,
You thought that was gonna take a little longer, huh?
check out Valen, I guess.
And then final thoughts on Wano.
Oh, on Wano?
Yeah, on Wano. Grim, if you want to go back
Um,
and like that's your final, like I meant on Wano, not on me.
Well,
Oh.
honestly, I don't really be thinking about all that.
Oh, that's
so-
right. You said earlier you're not a futurist. You're in the very in the moment kind of person. I can respect.
So something I guess I would want.
Big City House.
Yeah, big titty host.
Hey, titty host. All right.
Big City House.
It's
All right.
One Piece, so you're gonna get that.
Yeah, that's that. Like we need some fat bottom girls. Is what we need.
Big Titty Samurais.
Girls.
Big titty samurai.
And I want to see armament hockey clad titties just once, to block a sword. I'm just saying to block like a sword. I want to see what's that chick name? The one that's with Zoro and Luffy. It was with Zoro and Luffy.
I forgot her name, man.
Bro, I be
Yeah.
forgetting all their names. They got.
We'll see her
names.
again. It's something. She's not Okiku. No, she is Okiku.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's Shat, bitch.
Yo, Val. Before you close, I got a question for you.
What's up? Go nuts.
Do you think Law and Kid defeated that pacifistly easier than Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji did with the Straw Hats?
My honest thought is Kid was being lazy. it was made out of metal. If he really wanted to, he could have done something worse. I genuinely feel that.
Maybe it's not magnetic.
Oh, you know what? It could be like Wapple metal or no, that it didn't exist at the time. But I get what you're saying. It could be some kind of all right. But no, I think it was fairly comparable. Different but comparable. Like it's just how they did it that mattered. You know what I mean?
It took all 9 straw hats to kill that pacifista, bro.
Yeah, but like it's the powers.
And Hancock one-shotted 3 of them like later. That's nuts. Hancock would have one-shotted the entire straw hat crew. That's my final thought.
Oh yeah, Hancock would have Hancock can look at Sanji and he'll die.
I mean, the fact that she one-shotted Pacifista and bodied Smoker, and these are things that the Straw Hats pre-time skip just couldn't overcome, no matter how hard they tried.
Well, I think the only reason why they couldn't fight Smoker is because he was a Logia back then. I think Luffy could have beat him if he was able to touch him.
Well, that was Luffy's problem, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, it's Luffy's fault for not having the skill. That's a fact. Like that's kind of the lesson that of Marineford. That's Luffy's fault for not having the skill to save his brother. You know?
Wait, this is your first stream?
Yeah, it's my first one ever.
You lost your virginity stream then? You're streaming virginity?
That's the crudest way to put it, but yes, I did. Thanks for being gentle.
All right.
Awesome.
Wait, we skipped Tom.
Oh yeah, Tom. I didn't mean to.
Yo, what's good? What's good?
You get their closing thoughts, your final things to say what you want to say. Oh,
okay,
now
Wano season. Okay, Wano season is out. Usopp season is out. Zoro season is out. Luffy season. What can I say? It's out, but we gotta see what he gonna do next. I think, far as seeing who's gonna be next, who's gonna come up next, I think Kid's gonna come up and improve. I think Luffy's gonna improve. I think Sanji's gonna improve. I think Zoro's gonna improve. And Kingdom, Solo leveling, and subscribe to Valen. Thanks for having me on the show.
Not a problem.
Thanks for having me on the stream. But yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, my closing thoughts are fairly simple. Wano is a masterpiece, and with many masterpieces, it's hard to see where it's going to end up by the first few brushstrokes. I'm sure when people look at Rembrandt and Picasso and the first couple of strokes or outlines they have on a paper or canvas did not tell the full picture they were creating. And I think Oda has earned not only the right to become a master of his craft, but to be compared with great artists.
Somebody got to get their mic.
Yeah, who is? But and Oda's earned his right to be considered absolutely great. Who is it? Oh, anyway, so with a little patience and a lot of benefit of the doubt, which has been earned, I think Wano is going to not only shape expectations for manga to come, but it's going to change the way people see One Piece going forward and the way they view One Piece when they watch it again through a different lens of understanding. And I think Wano and the throne arc that's going to come from it, which I think would probably be like the end of One Piece, but it's going to take a long time. I think that's going to be probably one of the greatest manga achievements of our generation. But we just have to have faith and let it get there. That's been Captain Valen. I'm here with Puffing Tom, Soul, Satsuki, Grim, and Mo. And this has been my first stream. So remember, life happens in every direction. Let's try and be prepared. All right. Peace out, guys.
Peace.
Man.